Hi, friends. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Deborah's Money Journey. I am so happy that you're here today to share with me as I go through my May 2026 investment update. If you're new here, I am in the middle of trying to save $25,000 and using that money to invest in my Roth IRA and my individual retirement accounts. I'm doing that $1 at a time, transferring money to my accounts and, any dividends that I get, I'm reinvesting them. Any extra money I get, so on and so forth, to try to reach that goal by December. That is my wish for the year. And actually, I hope I can get to it sooner because I'll just keep saving. I'm a few years away from retirement, and I definitely wish I had started sooner investing. I started late, and so I'm really trying to catch up and save as much money as I can. But whatever amount I have, I will be happy that I took the right steps and I saved that money. So welcome to my channel. I hope that you find my content enjoyable. Investing is personal. This is for entertainment purposes only. I don't give people investment advice. I don't really talk about my positions. I'm just sharing the dollar amounts that I'm putting in my different accounts and how that money is adding up over the year. Maybe every quarter, I'll do an update based on my positions, but I'm kind of leaning away from that because again, I'm not a financial expert, but I'm just sharing with you what my process is for saving money and adding it to these different platforms and my different accounts. Thank you all to my returning friends. I'm really excited that you're here, you're keeping up with me because your encouragement means a lot to me and I depend on it because sometimes it can get a little boring is one of the words. It's kind of boring to save money, right? But it also gets mundane to do the same thing over and over and over again. So really pushing myself and, getting those little thank yous and you're doing a great job. And then also looking at my numbers really gives me some momentum and encouragement to keep going. So thank you all for being here. All right, so for the month of April, I just wanted to quickly do an overview before I tell you about the month of May. So I did invest $1,362.70 in the month of April, and I earned $228.79 in dividends. So the total amount that was saved was $1,591.49. So if you look at my $25,000 goal, you can see that I have $17,930.88 to go. And that's really just based on what I've saved from January up until the month of April. And so I will later in this video share with you the amount I saved each month and add that up to see where we're at so far, which is again a very, very exciting update because I am really starting to feel like I'm getting close to this number. And I'm getting so excited, guys. I really am. All right, so let's dive into my individual platforms and positions, and I'm going to share with you what I saved for the month of May. Okay, my first platform is SoFi. That is the first one I'm going to be sharing. And I'm going to share with you my strategy. My strategy is to simply make a lot of small deposits. I wouldn't call them micro, I would just say small deposits. 25 here, 20 there, maybe $30 because this month I wanted to increase the amount I was saving and just to do it on a consistent basis throughout the entire month and to see that that is what's going to kind of help me and push me toward this number. So on the 8th of May, I invested $25, the 12th, $25, $15. I mean, on the 15th, I invested $30 because I told myself, add a little more. So I'm trying to do $30 increments not on every deposit, but on, as many as I can. And then on the 18th, $30, the 26th, $25, and the 28th, $25, and the 29th, $25, and the 30th, $25. So a lot of deposits were made in the month of May in my individual SoFi investment account. I earned one dividend in that account, and that is my bond through SoFi Invest. I earned $1.96. Hey, I'll take it because again, every penny is going to be reinvested and it adds up over time. Okay, I also have a SoFi IRA account, and it is a robo investing account that does all the work for me. I just send the money there and it does all the investing. And so far, I am not mad at this account. I'm actually pleased with how it's going. So I'm going to kind of keep it for a while. Okay, so on the 5th, I invested $25. And the other thing is every time you make an investment or a deposit, you get a credit, like a 1% credit. So that's why you'll see the 25 cents after the $25 deposit, because that was the additional money that they gave me for investing in my IRA, which, hey, again, money that I didn't have to do anything for, and it's extra, and I'll take it. Okay, so on the 5th, I again invested $25. I got 25 cents after it. On the 15th, 25, 25. On the 19th, $20.20. On the 29th, $25.25. And then as far as dividends go in this account, I earned 50 cents on the 6th, and on the 7th, I earned $1.26. So dividends were definitely low in the month of May. Like I really didn't get that many dividends, but I got more in my rollover IRA account that used to be my old 401k account and my Roth IRA. But SoFi Invest, I is still in the game. I'm saving, I'm putting money away, and my total in the month of May was $309.67. So I'm very proud of hitting that $300 mark and really pushing myself to do a little more deposits and sending money in and investing. When I retire, I will be using the dividends as an income source. So it's very important that I maximize my money, not right now, but when I retire, to make sure that those dividends are what I am going to be earning so that I have something to add to my retirement income. Okay, so let's move to the next platform, guys. All right, Vanguard is my next platform. Vanguard is my first position, okay? This is the first position that I purchased, the first platform that I got information on when I wanted to learn about investing. Somebody was talking about Vanguard and they said how great it was. They talked about VOO. I think that's why I opened up a Vanguard account, and then the rest is history. So I've been using Vanguard, but it's not my favorite account. And, I don't have that many positions in here, but I still have this account and I'll still have it. On the 6th, I deposited $25. On the 12th, I deposited $30. The 13th, 25, the 18th, 30, the 20th, 30, and the 27th, $25. So on the 30th, I did earn some interest on the cash that I have sitting because it's not invested yet. So usually I'll make the deposits and I may wait and kind of just let the funds sit in the settlement account until I decide what to do with those funds. But right now, the funds that I have in there, I earned a few pennies, 28 cents. So, hey, that's still some income. I'm still happy about that. All right, so in Vanguard for the month of May, I was able to deposit $165.28 into my account. So Vanguard is on the books and I'm very pleased. Now, I have a goal with all of my platforms that is SoFi, Vanguard, and Fidelity. Those are my individual investing accounts, or brokerage accounts. I want to at least have 10,000 in each of those accounts. And I am so excited to report that for SoFi, I just hit $10,000 in that account. So my next priority is Vanguard, and then I will work on Fidelity. So I'm trying to get all of those up to 10, and then my next milestone will be to get them all up to 15,000. So I'm just, little baby steps here and there, but the progress, the consistency, that is what's working. And that's why I am showing you how this method does work. You just have to keep going. You have to put your deposits in on a regular basis. Try to put them in every few days, put something in there. And I could do one big deposit, but I feel like, what if I spend that money because it's a large amount? I like to do these little small deposits. And again, it's kind of given me an incentive to keep adding some money to my account. And it works for me. It works for me. So this is what I do. All right, let's go to our next account. That's M1 Finance. Okay, guys. So for the month of May, M1 Finance, I have two pies in M1 Finance. One of them has more like, I say tech. There's Microsoft, Amazon. I added a couple of other positions in that one. And then I have another one that has like my VOO and Coke. So I have about 7 or 8 positions in my M1 Finance account. I used to have about 12 positions. So I did kind of reduce this one down. All right. And so in the cash management account, which is where I have like a little savings account, I can use it for investing or just saving because I do earn interest about the same as a high yield savings account. And so for this one, I earned $1.44 for my interest. And then I made a deposit in this account of $23 on the 11th. Okay, on the 6th for Pi 1, I deposited $25. The 15th, 50. The 6th in Pi 2, I deposited 50. On the 15th, I deposited 30. The 18th, 30. On the 28th, I deposited $25. And as far as dividends go, on the 12th, I did get a dividend from Apple for $1.66. And on the 15th, which was a nice big one, I got a dividend from OneMain Financial, which is a REIT. And I did have about 3 different REITs that I was investing in. I closed those other accounts and then I added the funds to this one. But now I opened up a position because I want to get the monthly dividends. This one pays dividends quarterly. So this happened to be the month. And I earned $30.41, which is really good. So I'm very happy with that amount. So $266.51 was added to my M1 Finance account for the month of May. Okay, let's move on to Fidelity. So Fidelity is where I house my individual investment account, my IRA, and my Roth. All of those accounts are sitting in here. Okay, so for Fidelity investment, I deposited $50 on the 7th. I deposited $30 on the 18th, another $50 on the 19th, and $25 on the 28th. And then as far as dividends go, in my investment account, FDHY, which is a high yield dividend account, I earned $12.28 in dividends. And then JEPI, which is in my IRA account, the dividend was $78.97. And then in my IRA, my SPAX account, which if you are a Fidelity account holder, SPAX just means it's an account that holds your funds until you transfer them into the positions that you want to. But it's still earning some dividends. And so it's a nice account to just kind of park your funds if you're not sure where to move them. So I earned $64.63 in there. And then for my Roth, on the 5th, I earned a dividend from JEPQ, and that was $18.06. And I made 2 deposits to my Roth. On the 7th, I made a deposit of $300, and on the 14th, I made a deposit of $300. Now, I'm trying to fully fund my Roth IRA, guys. That is my goal, and I am going to really be trying to beef this up putting most of the money that I save throughout the month, the cash money, towards the Roth because I want to definitely get this account fully funded before December. All right, so the total amount I invested in Fidelity this month is $928.94, which is amazing. So I had a very good month in my Fidelity account. All right, and then my other account. So I do save cash and I cash stuff it for the purpose of my retirement. I have a binder, I have savings challenges, I have fun saving money that's going to go towards these goals, which is just another great way to save money, to do it in a way that works for me. I try to do a cash stuffing once a month, maybe, or if not, I'll just let the money sit in my binder until I'm ready to use it. So from the 30th of last month, I actually had $150 more that I did not count. So I want to make sure unaccounted for money is also included because again, this is all going towards my $25,000 goal. So I want to make sure all of my information is accurate. And then for May 30th, the money that I had saved so far, because I still did not do my cash stuffing yet for May, was $385. So that is how much money I have saved so far. And I try to get as close to 500 as I can in my retirement savings each month. And for this one, I wanted to cash in my coins. If you've been seeing some of my other videos, you know I have a lot of coins, and then use that money also to go towards retirement. So far, made progress. I had $535 go towards my savings binder and to be used for that cash stuffing. So that's again another source of income for my retirement. Okay, guys, so let's get to the totals. So for the month of May, I saved in my SoFi account $309.67. In Vanguard, I saved $165.28. Fidelity, a whopping $928.94. In M1 Finance, $266.51. And my cash binder, $535. So for the month of May, guys, I was able to save $2,205.40. Woo! Over 2,000. I am so happy that I hit the 2,000 mark and went over. Now, I did take a little bit of money from my emergency fund. Why? Because it's sitting there anyway. And I used that money to go towards some of my investing because I think that's something that, you really need to kind of examine how much cash you need in an emergency fund because you could have that money working harder for you. And guys, I have to have my money working hard for me. I am reminded that clock is ticking and I need to make sure I'm maximizing every dollar. Okay, friends, so let's do a quick overview. So for the month of May, I invested a total of $1,970.95. I earned $234.45 in dividends. And I want to get that number up to about 500. I want to kind of, give myself a $500 amount monthly so that I can add that money to my income in retirement. So I have a little ways to go. But I do again know that I'll need to make sure a big portion of my positions are dividend earning positions. And so that will definitely make a difference with that amount. Then April, I saved as a total amount for my invested money and my dividends, a total of $2,205.40. So looking at my goal and what I have left, I have $15,725.48 remaining to my goal. That means that's how much money I still need to save. Okay, so if we look down here, I have done a chart just kind of sharing what, let me smooth this over a little bit. Okay, sharing what I've saved every month and what my totals are. So for the month of January, I saved $2,327.77. February, $1,759.44. March, $1,390.42. April, $1,591.49. And the month of May, $2,205.40. So I have saved in cash $8,136.66. I have earned $1,137.86 in dividends, which is crazy. And if you look at my dividends, you can see I'm averaging about, what would you say, 250 maybe? So I definitely want to double that amount. And so the total amount I have saved so far is $9,274.52. Do you see that nine, guys? That means next month I should definitely be breaking into the 10,000 plus range, or even maybe hitting 11,000. I don't know, but I'm really going to, try again because I want to gauge myself. Month 6, which is June this month, once this month is over, I should be literally about halfway to my goal. And if I'm not halfway to my goal, then I know what I need to do. But if I hit 11, then that is not bad. It's not halfway, but it's not bad. It's closer than I think. I am going to push myself again for the month of June to try to reach that goal. But that is it, guys. I am so happy with my results. I'm so happy. This gives me a lot of, oh my gosh, it just makes me feel good to know that hard work really does pay off. And if you keep going and doing something repeatedly, you don't have to worry about it. It will make a difference and you will reach that goal. And that's what I'm doing. So I hope everybody's doing some sort of saving and dabbling into investing. And I just want to say, Miss Melissa from Budgeting Over 40, she mentioned that she opened up an account and she's going to start investing, and she got some inspiration from my video. That means so much to me. I appreciate it when people say that they are listening to my videos and they're watching my content and they're gaining some inspiration from it. Thank you guys so much. You all are just the best. I appreciate everybody. Have a wonderful June, okay? And I'll talk to you again in my next investment update to 25,000. Take care.